Hi, it's that lovely chick back again. And here for another recap. But first, to start it off on a solemn note, I want to talk about this actor from Well, the last thing he did was Will and Grace. Leslie Jordan passed away. Um, let's see. Yeah, Leslie Jordan passed away. Will and Grace and American. Oh, he was on American Horror Story. Did not know that. Oh, he died in a car accident. Oh, oh my goodness. Monday morning crashed into the side of a building on Coanga and Romaine. It was suspected he suffered some sort of medical emergency. Not unlike Anne Hayes, who crashed into the side of a building. Oh, this is tragic. This is tragic. Let's see if I can click into this. Wow. So Jordan was driving in Hollywood Monday morning and crashed into the side of a building at Coanga and Romaine. It was suspected he suffered some sort of medical emergency. That's all they have. They go into all the things he worked on. Will and Grace, Ally McBeal, Ugly Betty. They don't have any other details. Oh my goodness. He released a gospel music album titled Company's Coming in 2021. I had no idea. A gospel music album? That is something. An LGBTQ icon, Jordan received the Gallica, the Society of LGBTQ Entertainment Critics Timeless Star Award in 2021. He appeared on RuPaul's Drag Race as a guest judge in 2013 and again in 2022 as a guest director. So, Fox Entertainment said in a statement, "We are shocked and devastated by today's tragic passing of Leslie Jordan. Leslie was far more than an Emmy award-winning comedic talent with whom we've laughed alongside for all these years. He was the kindest person you could ever imagine, who simply lit up a room and brought pure joy and huge smiles to millions of people around the world. The truest of Southern gentlemen, Leslie carried an infectious exuberance, indelible sense of humor, and throughout gifted us with countless fond memories that will last forever. As we grieve this sad news, we also wish to extend our most profound sympathies to Leslie's family, friends, and fans, whom he held so dear." So, wow. So tragic. Oh, that is sad. So, I guess it's kind of soon to figure out what medical emergency probably happened to him, whether it was a stroke or a heart attack or something like that. But the coming weeks, they'll probably, I guess once they have a coroner's report, uh, they'll probably, we'll know more. But that's so sad. But, I guess moment of silence for, he was hilarious. I love someone one Will and Grace. So yeah, so moment of silence for Leslie Jordan. All right, moving on. Okay, so first up, SWAT. I don't know if you guys watch SWAT like I do. They have this armored vehicle that they call Black Betty. And on SWAT, it got stolen by terrorists of all things. I don't understand how SWAT gets a whole armored vehicle stolen, but apparently all they had to do was dress up like SWAT. And I guess the people who were outside watching the vehicle didn't realize that the people who came out didn't look like the people who went in. Like, I know they were wearing SWAT gear, but you you didn't realize that the people who came out didn't look like the people who went in. Like, completely different, but whatever. So they got away with an entire vehicle, and so they had to race to find the vehicle before it was used in a terrorist attack, in, I guess, downtown LA. And they had, I mean, they had yellow cake uranium and everything. It was going to be a whole big thing, but they had almost, at one point they had almost had the vehicle back, but they were working with this FBI agent who used to work with Honda, who was almost hired on SWAT, but she sort of backstabbed them and let them get away with the vehicle because she wanted to find out where they were going to go with it. Now, instead of telling them, hey, I want to find out, I want to use them to find out who the top guy is before we get this vehicle back. She like, sabotages the whole um sabotages their whole operation rather than telling them what she was up to, and made it look like she was in on it all along. And I'm like, that's not the look, chick. Like, you could have gotten arrested. FBI or not, somebody could have, gone in on you. And but in the end, it all went well, and 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 in the end, all went well. They got Black Betty back, and they were able to make it up with the FBI agent, uh, and they were able to catch the head terrorist and put him behind bars because apparently he had done some terrorist attack a couple of months back that they had attributed to some others, to ISIS. That wasn't ISIS, was him instead, but whatever. So in the end, all was all good. So next we are doing the Equalizer. And that one was, on the Equalizer, you had Big Daddy Kane. Now, we haven't seen him in, I don't know. Okay, so I'm dating myself, but I guess you young ones wouldn't know who Big Daddy Kane is. He's a rapper from way, way back in the day. Uh, he's from the 80s. Probably before the 80s, but I know him from the 80s. Um, and he was on because, Queen Latifah's an Equalizer. She, before she became this actress extraordinaire, she was a rapper too. And so you had Big Daddy Kane, you had Queen Latifah, and they were both, he was in a motorcycle gang. And one of her passions is also motorcycles. So she got to do a lot of motorcycle riding in this episode, show off her skills. Like I said, I mean, I'm pretty sure a lot of it was still a stunt person, but I'm pretty sure she got to do a little riding, you know. But so it was this whole um plot device with the motorcycle gang. It was kind of like the motorcycle gang was kind of almost like Black Panthers, where where they did good deeds in the community, but they were getting this bad rap. And they worked with this politician, and then all of a sudden, at the beginning of the um the episode, one of the people in the gang, um, they had his van was on the street and it was open and there was like guns on the street and people was just stealing guns. Like his van was just on the street with like guns, and people were just able to go out and just steal guns from his van. So it was connected to him, which was kind of dumb. Like why the police would just believe he would just leave an open van on the street for people to just steal guns from. I don't know, but they believe what they want to believe. But oh my goodness, yes, Queen Latifah. She was awesome. She was awesome back in the day. Before she became an actress, she was great. Yes. Um, she was great. There was this thing going around Facebook recently, um, that they did a sort of a reunion of this song, like way back in the day. Brandy had this remix of this song she had, "I Want to Be Down," and it was a remix, "I Want to Be Down," and she had all these female rappers on there. Queen Latifah was one of them. It was Queen Latifah, MC Light. Um, Goodness, I can't remember everybody. I think why can't I remember everybody on there? Queen Latifah, MC Light. I can't remember of it, but yes, UNITY. That was a really good um, Queen Latifah song. Living Single, yes, but she was still a rapper when Living Single was around, and I'm pretty sure UNITY was out around. UNITY was out around then, because I'm pretty sure Naughty by Nature guest starred on there. I'm pretty sure. I can't remember. But yeah, so they had this episode where she had to, clear the guy's name and, reveal the um, the plot behind it, who was really behind it. It was a political plot, because of course it was an election, and it was really, the opponent had sort of like a planted somebody his in the in the guy's camp to to mess things up for them, and that guy planted all this evidence against them, and blah 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 blah. And she was able to clear everything up because she's the equalizer. Um, and this was great. Yo Yo, that's what it was. It was MC Light, Queen Latifah, and Yo Yo. And I don't know, Amber, if you've seen it, they just recently performed it on, I can't remember. It was on some show. It was either a BET show or MTV show with Brandy, and it was like this all white stage. So it was blindingly white, and like they had the rappers come out one at a time until finally Queen Latifah came out last because she was the last one. But you got to find it. It's on Facebook. It's on there. It's really like it was going around Facebook, but it was dope. It was really dope. You gotta find it. But yeah, but yeah. But but I don't know if you probably don't remember Big Daddy Kane. Now that was before your time too. But Big Daddy Kane was on this this Queen Latifah show, and they was pumping it up. It was like, starring. They was like guest starring Big Daddy Kane. They was saying that like people gonna know who we are, and I'm like, this is for the old heads. These young people ain't gonna know who Big Daddy Kane is. He ain't been around in years. 1996 was a good year for music. BET, I think. Okay. Yeah. But CBS really, really believed people was gonna remember who Big Daddy Kane was. But you know what? Had to give them props for trying. so Uh, but it was nice. It was nice seeing him, and he did really good. He was a really good actor. It was like I hadn't really seen him act in anything since the 80s and 90s or anything. So um, it was cool seeing him again. But you know him, okay? He yes, you gotta look. I it's been so long. I can't even pull out any songs from him because that's from my childhood. So I would have to call my sisters. My sisters would have to tell me some Big Daddy Kane songs. I can't name any of his songs, but I do remember Big Daddy Kane. And I remember his videos. I remember watching his videos. But I was like, that was something pulling him out. Um, but yeah, yeah. So of course now we come to House of the Dragon. Um, so that was that was a crazy that was a show. So basically they the HBO after the show, they call this sort of the sister episode to the last episode. So the last episode was Allison's show. So this show was Rhaenyra's show. So like last episode was all about they stayed with Allison the entire time. Well, this show they stayed with Rhaenyra the entire time. And they really took Little Miss Rhaenyra through it. You thought it was lazy? Okay, I've seen where some people did not like it, others did, others liked it. Some people, were not on board, other people were on board. I personally, I personally liked it. I personally liked I personally like the fact that it balanced out the Alicent episode. I mean, yes, do I wish that they had immediately gone in and burnt down King's Landing? Yes. Yes, I wish they would have gone in with dragons and fire and burnt everything to the ground. But they didn't do that. And I still was okay with what I got. With the, it was I was still a little okay. I don't understand why birth scenes have to be so ridiculously torturous. Like, as someone who has never been pregnant or given birth in her life, like this show makes me never want to have a child ever. Like these birth scenes are horrific, horrific. They're horrific. Oh my gosh. Oh, and the woman, like, they had the midwife standing around telling her, let us help you. And she's like, no, I'm going to be a G. I'm going to stand here and I'm going to deliver this baby, this premature baby on my own. And then when the baby's a stillbirth, I'm going to take it and I'm going to, the silent sisters are standing right there, but I'm going to wrap this baby up myself on my own. It's like, yeah, it's just like, I'm going to be a G throughout this entire process. And I'm just like, there's no reason for her to be that strong. She could have accepted help the entire time. But they just had to have her suffer. They just needed her to suffer. And I just felt like she did not need to suffer so hard. Oh my gosh. Oh. They showed that, yes, they showed that dead baby a lot. They were like, we spent a lot of money making this dead baby, and we gonna show it a lot on screen. They put a lot of effort into making it, and they were like, we gonna show it. Oh, so yeah, uh, but then there was the conflict between Rhaenyra and Damon. Rhaenyra, she wanted to take things and be more like her father, whereas Damon wanted to be Damon, and he wanted to burn things to the ground. And I personally was on Damon's side this time. I'm like, when you got dragons, and they were like, we got 14 dragons. I'm like, you got 14 dragons. I'm all for burning shit to the ground. Burn that shit to the ground. But by the end, she held on until she had a viable plan. And once they had, Corliss come in and was like, well, we got the stepstones and we could do this and we could do that. Then you can bring in the dragons. Then you can burn, like, once you cut them off from all the supplies, then you can bring in dragons and then you can burn them to ground. Once you basically starve them out, then you can burn them out. And I'm like, okay, I like this plan. But so they had a really good plan. And then Cyclops comes along and kills her son. And so it looks like Damon's got to get what he wants anyway. And I was like, it had to be Damon to be the one to tell her about Lucerys. It had to be Damon. Because Damon knows that, okay, this is gonna be it. Damon had to have known in his heart that this is the news that's gonna flip the switch in her. He had to have known. He had to have known that this was gonna make her get on his side and burn King's Landing to the ground. Because when she turned around, it was like, okay, all that's out the window. All that's out the window. See, Damon choked her because he was jealous. Damon choked her because he was jealous because he realized Viserys did not trust him. He realized that Viserys told her something that he never told him. Viserys told her about the Song of Ice and Fire. He never told him that. And so he realized that Viserys never really trusted him. And that angered him, and that's why he choked her out. And so I that domestic violence, that was just jealousy. That was just straight jealousy. Yeah. Yeah. When the sea snake joined her plan, it made more sense. It made sense, but the thing about it is, even before, but the thing about it is, in order for him to join her plan, she still needed to have, she's, in order for him to join, in order for him to join her plan, she needed to have Rhaenys on her side. In order for Rhaenys to be on her side, she needed to hold off and not be. She needed to not be all in for war like Daemon and all the other men. She needed to not be like all the other men at that table. She needed to be different. She needed to be different than all the other men at that table. And so, because like I don't know if you noticed, but Rhaenys was kind of about it. when everybody was kneeling to Rhaenyra, when she was crowned and everybody kneeled, Rhaenys did not kneel. When Rhaenyra came into the room with the table, with the lit table, and everybody came and they bowed, Rhaenys did not bow. Rhaenys was just standing there and she observed. She observed everybody kneeling to her. She observed everybody bowing to her. And she was like, okay, I see you. When Damon was like, we got this, we got this, we got Maelys. And she was like, oh, you got Maelys, huh? She didn't say nothing. But she sat there and she just watched. She stood off in the cut and she watched. She watched everyone. And she watched Rhaenyra. But in the end is when she was like, she went to her husband and she was like, okay, we need to be on Rhaenyra's side. She was like, I know that we didn't like her. I know that we really truly believe that she had our son killed, but she's what's holding this realm together right now because she's not all in for just war for war's sake. She's trying to put together a plan. So because she was trying to think of more than just, okay, let's just fight this out, that got Rhaenys on her side, and that's what got her that real good plan. So yes, you may not have liked her talking about A Song of Ice and Fire, but her thinking like her father is what got Rhaenys on her side. Hmm. Yeah, yeah. He never. That's why he didn't say. You notice he didn't. He didn't answer her. He didn't. He never answered her. So he choked her and he left because he had no idea what she was talking about. He's like, "What the hell are you talking about?" Because he had no idea. It was foreign to him, and it was complete. He realized that Viserys did not trust him. He was like, and this was something that she thought that Viserys trusted this to him because this was something that the heir was supposed to know. So she thought he would have known about it. So so it this would, that's what hurt him. I might have left him. I might have let him. I might have let Otto leave, but he would have had to walk by my dragon. I wouldn't have let my. I would have told my dragon to stay there. I wouldn't let my dragon fly away. Been like, you walking away, but you walking by that dragon. You gonna have to walk under that dragon to get off this bridge. Ain't no way you getting off this bridge scare free. You gonna have to leave by dragon. Oh, yeah. I feel sorry for those girls because, all they did was go stand by their little, betrothed booths and, walk into the room and handed the wine. And now they got to come back and find out one of them is bootless. And now what is she, she already she was the one who got the dragon stolen from her. She got the dragon stolen from her. Now she got her boost. Now her boo is took from her. The dragon took from her by Aemon, and now Aemon done killed her boo. She needs to kill Aemon. Aemon done took two things from her. It would be so great if she kills Aemon. Because she is Damon. It's like, it's about time they let those girls start acting like Damon's daughters. It's like, come on. He done took your dragon. He took your mama's dragon. He done took your boo. You need to take something more than just his eye. Take his life. Take his life. The Damon's daughters being wed to Luke and Jason, only reason to see Snake, even though I'm saying. But also his wife convinced him. His wife convinced him. So the fact that they're going to be wed to them, the fact that his wife convinced them, the fact that they are in name his grandsons, I believe I believe I believe multiple reasons. Okay, that that goes back to that wasn't I thought when I saw in the preview that was Vagar. That wasn't Vagar. In the beginning, he said when he was going off all of these, naming off all the dragons that they had, he was like, we got this, we got that, we got this. He mentioned there were two untamed dragons that they did not have. And he was going in there trying to tame those two dragons, trying to get those two untamed dragons onto their side so they can have those extra dragons. And she was like, who we gonna get to ride them? He didn't care. He just wanted those dragons so they can, I mean, we done lost poor Lucerys and Eric's. So we needed the extra dragon. We out of Targaryens. I don't know who's gonna. I mean, they gonna make the little boys. Is Joffrey gonna ride a dragon? I don't know who's gonna be riding these dragons. But he got these extra dragons just in case. He got backup dragons, so he went in there singing to get these tame dragons so they can have these extra dragons. Yeah, Vagar is huge. Vagar is humongous. Yes, the unknown dragons. No, the thing about Lucerys, although we didn't truly we didn't care about him like you cared about Rhaenyra or Daemon, but you still felt sad about him because he was always worrying. He was worrying about being inheriting Driftmark. He didn't want to inherit Driftmark from his grandfather. He didn't want his grandfather to die, and he was afraid of not living up to his grandfather. he was afraid of going on this, and he really was afraid of going on this journey of taking out these messages. And she really reassured him that everything was going to be okay. So that whole reassuring of him really sort of, and then having the absolute worst person be there when he get there. So even though you really didn't care about him, you still sort of, it still was very sad when he died. It was sad when he died. I felt sad when he died um because I felt sad for Rhaenyra. Even if it wasn't like, oh my gosh, she's my favorite, I felt sad for her for losing a child, because she's lost so much. And one of the things people have, you know, on Twitter that they noted over and over again, it was like she lost both her parents. She lost the baby daddy. She just lost another child. She had that stillbirth, and then almost in the same day lost her son. So she lost two children in the same day. So, she's lost so much. And people were like, after she done lost all this stuff, and then she had her throne usurped by the Hightowers. They were like, everything she do after this point is okay with me. Everything she do after this point pretty much is pretty much fine by me. It's legal. um well, here's the thing. Even if Vagar just bit Eric's and just ripped Eric's apart, they were above the clouds, and the fall would have killed him. The fall alone would have killed him. There was no other dragon there to come and swoop him up and save him. So he's pretty much dead. So even if he didn't get ripped apart by Vagar, but which I'm pretty sure he did, the fall alone would have killed him. So one or the other got him. Either Vagar got him or the fall got him. But he's dead. He's dead. Oh, yes, everybody on Twitter was doing side by sides of Rhaenyra's face and Daenerys's face right before Daenerys's burnt King's Landing down. So I think this is the dance of the dragons, because this is the dance of the dragons. So she about to bring out them dragons. They only have 3. The Hightowers only have 3. They have 14. They have 14 dragons. The Hightowers have 3. They may have Vagar, but like I was saying before, they have Vagar, but numbers are numbers. Vagar cannot beat 14 dragons. Vagar cannot beat 14 dragons. Yes, I saw the Aemon telling Allison what happened memes. Oh my goodness. Oh, that old Cyclops. I can't stand him. Oh my goodness. That was, yeah. Yeah. Those memes. Yeah, so it's gonna be so. And I don't know if you know this, But according to things that I saw, season 2 doesn't come out till 2024. So we have to wait 2 years before we see season 2 because Game of Thrones. So I guess they're just gonna take all next year. It's like I guess it's not. I guess they're not gonna start shooting until next year. Then they're gonna take all next year to shoot. uh, oh my goodness! Don't say that. Don't say those words. But but that's how they do. That's how they do. They're not going to start shooting until till next year sometime, and then they're going to take all of next year to shoot. So it's not going to come out, and then you got to do. They have all those dragons, so that's a whole lot of CGI. So not until sometime during 2024 will we see season 2. What do I rate season 1? If I were to break it in half, I would rate the first half. I would rate the first half about a 5, and the second half about an 8. I like the second half better than the first half. The first half was slow, and yeah, the first half was slow, and I didn't. It wasn't. It wasn't. It wasn't the greatest to me. The second half is when it sort of started picking up and it started getting better. So yeah, first half 5, second half 8. Um, Letter grade. I don't know. I don't know about a letter grade. Uh, next show. Next show. Now that this is over and She-Hulk is over, finally gonna sit down and watch Andor. I'm finally gonna sit down. I've been saying that for weeks now, but I hear it's good. I'm finally gonna sit down and watch Andor and see how that is. Um, but depending on how many episodes that is, I don't know how long that's gonna take me. I might sit down and watch that in one go. Who knows? But we'll see. Andor is next. Um, and I don't know what HBO has planned after this. Who knows if I'll watch what they have next. But yeah, but my very next thing is definitely Andor. Okay. Oh, it's still going. It's still going. Okay, so I can watch 6 episodes and catch up. Okay, so I'll watch Andor and catch up on that. Um, and see how that goes. So for sure. Yeah. Oh, okay, cool. So then I'll catch up on Andor and then so then yeah, so I'll watch Andor and catch up on that. And and then figure out I guess let's see. I don't know what else. I didn't watch Black Adam this weekend because I don't like to watch things on the first weekend. I'm going to watch it next weekend for sure. I'll probably go. I'll definitely watch Black Adam next weekend. So I'm not gonna do like a spoiler review or anything like that. I'll just say whether I liked it or not. But I mean, it has The Rock in it, so I'm probably gonna like it. But I'm gonna see Black Adam next week. So yeah. Oh, I can definitely switch over. I have a little Grogu. Uh, I've got a little Grogu on my couch, so that'll help me get into the Star Wars mindset. Me and Grogu will watch it together. So but yeah, so Andor, Black Adam, Midnight Club. Ooh, I'm not a horror person. I don't know if I could do horror. I don't know if I could do horror. I have a friend, my friend, she loves horror. I'll tell her about it. She collects horror dolls. She collects the Chucky. I think she has Chucky and Bride of Chucky and like what do you call it? A Michael Myers doll or something. Like she has actual horror people dolls, and I'm like, why would you want those? And but she loves it. She loves it. It would scare the shit out of me. So, but yeah, so that's it for now. But yeah, we'll be back next week with uh Andor. Yeah, so we'll be back next week with Andor and Black Adam. So see you later.